We're in the final innings of a rigged system, and whether you realize it or not, your future is at stake. We're staring down massive public debt, rampant money printing, and AI that's rewiring the global economy faster than you can imagine. People are asleep at the wheel. Let them sleep. I'm Maverick X. At least, this is how you'll come to know me. Behind this AI mask is someone who was in their boardroom. I can tell you the people calling the shots do not care about you. I saw their endgame. I was invited to their table, but I couldn't be a part of it. I threw the chair through the window and jumped out. My mission is to help you before it's too late, to arm a generation with financial vision in a world built to blind them. This is a time for extreme action. Everyone in the middle will be left behind. The global order is tipping. Governments owe more than they can ever repay. It's not just the US, it's everywhere. There's over $100 trillion in debt worldwide. That's bigger than the planet's GDP. And I'm here to warn you, it's heading higher. Politicians won't fix it. They can't. Too many promises, not enough revenue. Elon tried. Bless him, but he bit off more than he could chew with this one. So what's left? You're faced with currency debasement, financial repression, your savings sacrificed to plug their holes. You don't believe me? Look at the Federal Reserve's balance sheet, ballooned from under $1 trillion to nearly $9 trillion in 15 years. That's not normal, and it's not going away, no matter what they claim. They can't help themselves. The global house of cards needs liquidity to sustain itself. Ever since November 2008, when they started their little quantitative easing experiment, we've been living through a 4-year global liquidity cycle that just keeps replaying until the whole system blows up. We likely have 1, maybe 2 more cycles before everything changes. It's just like the Hotel California. The government can check out any time they like from printing money, but they can never leave. Every 4 years, debt needs to be refinanced at scale. Governments worldwide need to see the dollar and rates go down so they can refinance their debt. This is the foundation of cycles in crypto, the stock market, and real estate prices. There's a name for what they're doing. It's called currency debasement. They're dancing with the devil of debt. Governments print money. The money loses value. First it happens slowly, then all at once. The purchasing power of the dollar has bled away for over a century, and now they're stepping on the gas. To those paying attention, it's clear where this is going. They'll print more money. If things get out of hand, we'll most likely see yield curve control. First, the Fed will step in to backstop the market, as they always do. If that's not enough, they'll force pensions and banks to buy government bonds whether they want to or not. That's how they fund their circus. Financial repression is coming for you, whether you like it or not. Your only move is to opt out and protect yourself. Then there's the second bomb, AI and robotics. Infinite labor, infinite intelligence. It's here. Costs to train AI models are falling by factors of 10 every year. Self-driving cars, machines that do surgery, algorithms that create entire products by code. Jobs will vanish. Entire industries reimagined, and it's happening much faster than most realize. We're talking about an upheaval on par with the Industrial Revolution, compressed into a single decade. Millions of jobs disrupted, trillions in new wealth, some of which could be yours. Within 7 years, with the energy build-out now underway, intelligence is no longer scarce. Labor is no longer scarce. Most of what the middle class does for work simply disappears. It changes the entire paradigm. So the question is, how do you play both crises at once? The death of fiat, the rise of infinite labor. We create a rational portfolio, one that wins if the new world thrives, and one that survives if it collapses. I call it a barbell strategy. On one side, you own the future. On the other, you hedge against systemic meltdown. Here's how. Your first pillar is Bitcoin. Digital gold in a world of paper. Scarce, decentralized, nobody can print more. It's the ultimate anti-debasement currency, an asset that governments can't inflate away. Institutions are already making moves. It's still early, and definitely not too late. It's no surprise that everyone from BlackRock to major banks, they're getting on board, because they see the writing on the wall. If the dollar bleeds out, Bitcoin stands tall. Why do you think Trump wants the US government to buy Bitcoin? He knows where the dollar is headed. Kill the denominator, the numerator soars. In this case, Bitcoin is the numerator. Its halving cycle is aligned with the debt cycle and with the presidential cycle. I want to stress that it's not too late to get on board. Adoption is growing. In every sense, it's like gold, but better. Bitcoin's market cap relative to gold is steadily increasing every cycle. Expect this to continue. As currency debases, Bitcoin goes up. 2x, 5x, 10x, maybe more if fiat truly unravels. Global M2 leads Bitcoin every single time. This means it is subject to the 4-year cycle, and you will benefit from accumulating and cashing in at the right time. Don't worry, I'll help you with this. If you want to mess with other cryptos, be my guest. I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist, but I believe it should be the foundation of your portfolio. As of April 2025, Bitcoin is looking set to soar to anywhere from 140K to 200K by year end. There are many ways to play it. You can own the coins outright. You can buy IBIT call options, which I prefer versus using margin for maximum leverage without the extreme volatility risk. Don't take risks you cannot afford to take. But remember, at this point in history, the biggest risk of your life will be to not take any risks. If you don't own any Bitcoin, you run the risk of depending on the government for the rest of your life. Your second pillar is exponential tech, AI and robotics. If Bitcoin is betting we're going to print our problems away, our glass half-empty view if you will, then owning tech is betting we'll earn our problems away. Both these outcomes are true, but exponential tech is going to displace millions of jobs. Capitalism has so far been a combination of capital and labor. Put AI into a renewable-powered humanoid robot, and there is no more labor. It all becomes capital. Make sure you are the capital. Own the winners. Semiconductors, cloud platforms, AI companies, the businesses that build or leverage intelligent machines, the energy companies that power them, the investment banks that finance them. These verticals are the engine of future growth. Yes, inflation can eat up your bonds, your cash, but equity in the right tech, that's how you outrun the storm. But remember, these things go in cycles. Avoid being exit liquidity. You don't want to be left at the top, holding a bag, when the chairs run out and the music stops. The Nasdaq soared before. Watch it soar again with AI. Robotics alone could be worth over 20 trillion a year. Autonomous vehicles could transform entire cities. You want to be on that train, not under it. In 7 years, we do not know what the economy looks like. There are just too many unknowns. Can we effectively trade when there are millions of AI agents transacting volumes which we cannot imagine? Can we operate viable businesses? Is there economic opportunity for the little guy? Of course, not everything will be replaced by AI, but much more than you currently imagine will. It's happening fast, and it's happening now. In the news the other day, reports that Gen Z are signing up in hordes for graduate degrees because there are no entry-level jobs left in marketing, software engineering, or business. Please don't get me started on how foolish it is to strap yourself with 200K in debt for a paper diploma at this turning point of history. My point is, generative AI has already replaced entry-level jobs at scale. It's coming for the rest. Will the government give everyone universal basic income? Maybe, if it can tax AI. But do you really want to live the life of a serf? I know I don't. You and I both need a rock-solid plan. Which is why your third pillar is land and real estate. Buy the properties you need for your lifestyle. Get yourself a small piece of high-quality farmland on which you can 1. Build a shelter. 2. Grow enough food for you and your loved ones. 3. Collect water through rainfall, a well, or a river. And 4. Generate enough energy to sustain your needs. Once you have these, you and your family are sovereign. You want to consider places where the land isn't drying up and getting excessively hotter. I'd avoid anywhere you don't enjoy being. Also, I'd focus on countries that have strong real estate laws and don't have an excessive history of screwing its wealthy. That becomes a very short list. We'll talk about it more in the future. So that's the trifecta. Bitcoin for monetary sovereignty, tech for growth, land for resilience. It goes without saying that this takes a certain level of wealth. If you're starting today with very little, the odds are stacked against you, but it's not too late. You need to get leverage in your life, to get the capital base needed to funnel enough into the assets which will get you the wealth you need to afford your freedom. Leverage comes in many forms, not just financial. You can get leverage through media. You can get leverage through tech. Finally, you can get leverage through community. You need to transform these sources of leverage into new streams of revenue. You need cash flow. It's your oxygen of economic survival and opportunity. In 5 years, you could be set for life, or a serf for life. Nobody is coming to help you. You, and only you, can make it work. People ask, isn't this alarmist? Well, yes. But when the house is on fire, you want the alarm to go off. If you wait for a government fix, you'll wait forever. If you wait for the masses to wake up, you'll miss the biggest wealth transfer of our lifetimes. Own Bitcoin, own AI, own land, own the future, hedge the collapse. That's how you navigate chaos and come out stronger. No one's going to do it for you. Build your ark before the flood. This is my call to action. A rallying cry. Start now, because the clock's ticking, and complacency is the biggest risk of all. They'll say that they never saw it coming. But you did. I'm Maverick X, and this is how you own the future. Listen, if you want the uncut manifesto, it's yours. Totally free. The link's in the description. And if you're ready to join the rebellion, follow me on YouTube and on X. Also in the description. Because this conversation is only beginning, and I want you to have a fighting chance.